Tommy, that's what we're calling him for this story, is a street person in Providence. He agreed to help the NBC10i team with our hidden camera investigation of food stamp fraud. First stop, a convenience store in Providence, Richmond News. When Tommy needs cash from his food stamp card, Richmond News is a regular stop for him.
Can I get 22?
I don't have money.
Oh.
81 or 73.
I had exhausted the balance on my card. I only had like $1.75 left. So when he tried to ring it up for $41.75, it wouldn't go through.
We knew Tommy didn't have any money left on his food stamp card, but here's how the alleged scheme worked. When Tommy went in there, he bought a soda for $1.99. And as you heard in the soundbite, Tommy wanted $20 cash on his food stamp card. But the clerk ran up $41.99. Had he had money on his card, the clerk would have given Tommy $20 and the clerk would have kept 20. Both are illegal and a total ripoff of your tax dollars.
Yes, the majority of the stores will do 50 cents on the dollar. So if you give them the $200 on the first of the month, they give you $100 cash back.
Tommy goes to another location in Providence.
Can I get 15 too?
I don't have a machine.
Yeah.
This is credit card.
It's just credit card?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't?
Next week.
Next week?
Yeah.
All right. So if I can bring back the card next week, I can get
Please.
15. Can I get 30?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you.
He said you could come back next week and get 30.
Yes, I could come back next week and keep coming back because they're making 50 cents on the dollar.
And over the past 2 years, have you gotten cash for your card?
Yes.
On numerous occasions?
Yes.
Tommy says he needs cash to get over-the-counter medications, but he admits he was addicted to drugs and alcohol at times in his life. And he says many street people who have food stamps are illegally getting cash for them for all the wrong reasons. Do you think some people use that cash for drugs and booze and lottery tickets?
I know for a fact they do.
The federal government and taxpayers shell out over $20 billion a year for the food stamp program. And according to federal officials, nearly $300 million is wasted because of fraud schemes like selling the cards for cash. The I-team wanted to get some answers from the two clerks Tommy visited. First, Richmond News. Jim Terracani from Channel 10.
I speak English.
You don't speak English? You
No.
just did. Are you giving people cash for their food stamp cards?
No.
You're sure you're not?
No.
We had a guy in here with a hidden camera and you offered to give him $20 for his card.
No.
Then a visit to the second location. Jim Terracani from NBC 10 News. Do you pay people cash for their food stamp cards?
No.
Oh, a guy came in here just a little while ago. He had a hidden camera and you offered to give him $30 for his card next week.
No.
You sure?
Never.
Can I get your name, sir?
I don't know my name.
You don't know your name? The federal government shells out more than $20 billion each year for the Supplemental Nutrition Program, commonly known as food stamps. According to federal officials, nearly $300 million of that money is wasted because of fraud schemes. NBC 10's I-team sent our hidden cameras into two local convenience stores to uncover a scam that has retailers and food stamp recipients cashing out on taxpayer dollars.
Can I get 22?
I don't have money.
Oh.
81 or 73.
A street person who the I-team is referring to as Tommy agreed to help us with our hidden camera investigation. He admits he sold his benefits for cash because he needs to buy over-the-counter medications, receiving 50 cents for every dollar, and he's not alone. Now, you know a lot of people on the street.
Yes, I
Is
do.
this a common practice, would you say?
Yes,
Lots of people do it?
every day.
Do you think some people use that cash for drugs and booze and lottery tickets?
I know for a fact they do.
But if someone is doing an illegal transaction in a store, that is more difficult for us to see. We would have to either see a tape. If we had a tape of that, then we could take action, or we'd have to generally have a tip.
The State Department of Human Services, which administers the federal food stamp program, says the state has a team of 15 investigators that looks into allegations of fraud for all of its programs. Director Sandra Powell says the state puts its emphasis on front-end fraud detection, weeding out potential recipients who have lied on their applications. When it comes to scams like the one we uncovered, the state says it has a fraud hotline and urges taxpayers to call in tips.
As I said, we had, in the first 3 quarters of last year, we had 717 complaints. 200 of those resulted in closed cases. So again, if we get a complaint, we do investigate every single one.